Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Artwork Explained. Jonathan Kendall, ONOJK123. We're going to be looking at the gallery where we left off last time on Glow at deviantart.com/ONOJK123. That's where the gallery is. And so we're moving on to Centripetal Mix, which is by Blue and Yellow Piece, spiraling out from the center. I had 8 or 9 pieces that were like that, where I was using the tool, distortion tool in GIMP to spin hues and colors and textures and stuff like that. And I always liked the spiral where it looked like a pinwheel, like something spinning around, kind of give it energy. And
looks like it has energy.
Yeah. And this one has a smooth feeling to it, like the colors are pretty smooth. If I zoom in there, you can see how it's soft shading in there, the dark blues and bright yellow. But even the bright yellow has some darker spots and some lighter spots. And
I like that.
Yeah, it came out nice.
Another piece that looks like paint.
Yeah. Let's see here. And go back. And then we'll go to the next section.
Did you do all of those?
Yeah, we already went over all those. So, no. Next one's a photograph called Waiting. I think I was on a walk with someone else. I don't remember who. I think it might have been my mom on the farm. And I was waiting for them to catch up or something. So then I noticed this plant and took a photo of it. The sun looks like a sunset.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it came out nice. And it's a fair amount of detail. I like that flowery plant. It's kind of cool. And the lighting is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of soft, off-white, yellow. And then the next one's a photo manipulation called Dusk. There's a hill on top of... there's a hill below where I used to live on the farm. And it's full of equipment, like different... farm equipment, and they have the tractor, the John Deere tractor. And
it's a good farm piece.
Yeah, I kind of exaggerated the colors to give it that, sunlit look. And then it has this bright blue piece of equipment on the back, which I kind of wish I could have gotten more of that with the tractor, but
I like the shadow.
Yeah, it casts a long shadow because it's at the end of the day. And then the next one is Outlier. When I took statistics in college, they talked about outliers. And I always thought it was interesting. That there's always, if you have a group of numbers or a group of data, and there's going to be some that are way on the outside of everyone always says the bell curve, but I always remember the scatter plot where you'd see some dots concentrated in the middle, and then you see some dots on the outside, and one dot way outside, not even near anything else, and I always called that one Outlier.
And why did you call this Outlier?
Because it doesn't follow the same pattern I've been doing. I mean, it's the same pattern, but it's just like it looks more like a kind of geometric, very geometric, like a crystal in a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has that it's got 6 sides cut out like a circle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 sides, and
a hexagon inside of a circle.
Yeah. Yep. And it's got all those lines, like tons of little lines.
Mm-hmm.
You can't zoom in any further on here.
You can see the lines though.
Yeah, you can see the lines, but I'm not sure what setting I have that on. Oh, actually, let's go back to it. I want to see what size the file is. So it's about 7,000 pixels across and about 7,000 in both directions, and it's 28.38 megabytes.
What does that mean?
So that's like the max limit is 80 megabytes. So you're about a little more than a fourth of the way up to the max limit. Because I can't post anything over 80 megabytes. So today I try to maximize my file upload size so that I get all the detail that I can get in there, and as well as so it'll print out nice and large if someone wants to print it out, or if I print it out. So there's a bunch of white space in here, and it's still 28 megabytes. So I mean, I have to see how large it would print out, but I was just noticing that the size of the file. It's something I have to keep in mind when I publish a piece of art. This next one is Well Wishes, where I put like a pattern inside of a balloon, and yeah, so it was like, the idea was that, like, and I got those balloons from somewhere, like clip art or something.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not something I would really like to do today. I'd like to make up my own balloon. Like, probably buy a balloon and take a silhouette of it, or a photograph of it or something, and do it myself. But so I put the pattern inside of the white balloon. I call it Well Wishes, like someone's taking balloons to someone in a hospital or something like that, you know. So, and then each one of those shapes is like a good tiding. Like hope they get better or whatever.
That's nice.
Yeah. And this one is 65 megabytes approximately. So that would print out nicely in large format. And then this is the first one, I think. This is the first one I started naming them after Latin names. So starting in the phase, it's called ante tempus. I took 2 years of Latin, which doesn't qualify me as anything as an expert, but ante tempus. Let's look that up in Google Translate and see what that means. Control C. Google.
You don't have to do it.
Translate.
Oh, I see.
So there we go. Paste. It's called the Before Time. Ante Tempus, Before Time. So we'll leave that open because I have a lot of different titles that I have no idea what they mean when I look at them, because I didn't memorize the title in Latin. So that's a lone sunflower, like in a sea of.
Well, this is a photo, not manipulated.
Photo, yeah, it's photo. It's not manipulated. I like that when I see like one sunflower blooming in the field of like no other blooming sunflowers. I've got a few of those photos. I was like, what is it about that one sunflower?
Yeah.
You know. So this was a very interesting.
It's like a disco ball, kind of.
Yeah. So it's got like a 3D effect. If you look like a hallway, keep having those hallways that disappear into the center. Yeah, and then I have these little slats or like stairs or something that go down.
Downward hallway.
Yeah. Or it could be going up, like a ladder.
True.
There's nothing that says that it's going down.
Well, if it goes up, it goes down.
Yeah.
Unless it's an escalator.
An escalator. Yeah. But if you're the ladder, like you're climbing up, you're grabbing the rungs of the ladder.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Except that it gets darker at the top.
We'll see what the this title means. Cuculus non facet monachum. I think it means the hood does not fit the monk.
Why in the world?
I know, it's being pretty random.
The cowl doesn't make a monk.
The cowl doesn't make a monk. Yeah.
Why in the world did you name it that?
I think it's a phrase from Shakespeare.
Oh.
I was into Shakespeare a little bit. I don't know. I was having trouble titling pieces, so I had to come up with something. The next one's Gurge's Proluit Turbo.
Turbo?
Turbo. This means quickly, I think. Which is a swirl. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like a paint swirl.
I like the outer. It's like, it's not in a circle. It's like...
Yeah, it's kind of uneven. Yeah, I like that too. And let's see what the title means. I know turbo means quickly.
Turbo is Latin?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a Latin thing.
Oh, that's pretty. That's
Whirlpool washes over.
That's perfect for that piece. So wait, it's nothing to do with fast.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Just put it in turbo. Does it mean over?
Yeah, let's see.
What?
Turbo means turbo. Or, anyways. And then we have
that's cool.
Spikia. Or Spicia, whichever one you want to pronounce it as. Spikia. Yeah, this one's kind of different. In that it's not got a black background or anything. It's... Let's see here. Spikia means...
Spicy. I like that.
I thought it would mean like spiky.
Yeah, because the picture's spiky. You probably saw the word spikia and thought it matched.
Spicy. That's funny. But I like that one because it's got like a certain look to it. Like it's very light colors.
It looks like something you'd find in the ocean.
Yeah. And then this one, Apis mellifera et helianthus. You know, I'm kind of glad I didn't stick with the Latin titles. but
it only translates to something in Latin. Maybe it's just the name of a flower or something.
It doesn't know how to translate.
Just Google it and see.
Okay, let's go.
See, it's a sunflower.
Yeah, it's a certain type of sunflower, I guess. The foraging of honeybees.
The foraging activity of honeybees. Apis something something.
Yeah, it's something to do with bees, which is an apt title, I guess, because
there's a bee on a sunflower.
There's 2 bees. Actually, 2.
Hmm.
Also, I was thinking, there's people all over the world who look at DeviantArt.com, and many of them speak Romance languages, which are based in Latin.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe it'd be easy for more universal, in a way, for them to. Next one, Certimin, which is like bright red and gold. Let's see here.
Contest.
Which means contest or contest.
Oh, contest.
Yeah.
That's cool. It looks almost like the figures are arguing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it in a way, but I'm not sure I'd make that today.
Why? I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just I can't quite put my finger on why, but it has the whole moving things, the move tool as a means of painting, which I do enjoy. So here we have Caliestis. I'm trying to pronounce it how they taught me in Latin. I don't think I sound like I know what I'm talking about, because I don't. It means heavenly.
I like this picture, and I think the title matches because it kind of looks like a bird's wing.
Heavenly means heavenly. It does look like a bird's wing. But you can see the outside of a circle there.
I know,
top left. And then
that could be the shoulder joints.
It's like the beginning of a comet.
Oh,
or something like that.
I like it as a bird feather.
Yeah.
Like an owl or something. Or peacock.
And then I go back to doodling with a ballpoint pen and scanning it in. So here we have no I.
Like the letter I.
Like, I think it's from a song lyric that I was listening to at the time. No I is my lullaby, or something like that. It's about, maybe not paying attention to yourself as much. Like the self in general. But I'm not sure how to apply what I see here into that title. But it's highly interpretive, so I like the drawing. Like, it's very unusual. It kind of like straight out of my imagination.
Where did you make this from?
2015, June 14th. And then I have one that's different but black and white. And I just went away from the Latin titles for a moment. I think I went back to that.
This is cool.
Reflection Connection. I like the title.
It looks like it's like a room painted with like drawings all over it.
Yeah. It's got, 4 sections of mirroring and a ballpoint pen. And if you zoom in, it looks a little nicer too. Yeah, I like it. I like the spacing. Like, there's enough white space in between all the lines. And it's certainly unpredictable pattern, like the section that is unique is like what made me draw that. Like, it seems so random.
Yeah.
But also it's pretty nice to look at.
I like how it came together in the center.
Yeah. And then we have Pulchra Compendium.
Back to the Latin.
Back to the Latin titles. Pulchra Crependium.
This is just a picture, right?
Yeah, it's a photograph. Let's see what the title means. Beautiful hillside.
Aww.
Which it does match. It is a beautiful hillside of sunflowers growing. Although they're not blooming, but they're gonna probably maybe a month or 2 away from being blooming sunflowers. And then I have here Kalium, which is a wildflower that I found and held up to the sky and took a picture of.
Did living on the farm inspire a lot of your art? Because there's so much natural beauty.
Yeah, and I called it Heaven in Latin, which is Kalium. I think it kind of fits. Maybe not literally, but, as a figurative.
Well, it's like it's looking up at heaven.
Yeah, and then if you look at it closely, it's got this nice detail there. And, I like how the camera just focused in on that. And
yeah.
It's kind of hard to do when you're holding it with your hand. So, it's interesting. Then we have it's a spider web. I remember taking that walk early on a Saturday morning, or something like that. I'm not sure if it was Saturday, but early in the morning. And then I saw the spider web with dew on the spider web and little droplets of water. And something was in the spider web there, kind of covered in web. I don't know what it was.
We should zoom in.
Zoom in. It's still downloading, I guess. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
I guess there is no zooming in with that. Oh, there we go.
Can't tell what it is.
Yeah, you can't tell what it is. There's something in there.
Is it a spider?
Oh, I don't know.
Ew.
I have no idea. It could be something the spider caught. But I like this web with all the little water droplets.
It is pretty, but
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
That is really cool, though. It looks like the spider web is made of droplets.
Yeah.
Like, every little piece is covered
Yeah.
in droplets.
Yeah, it was a good find. This next one's called Fortis. I didn't look up the title of the last one, but I'm assuming it's spider or something like that.
Yeah.
Or spider web. Fortis.
You should look up the last one.
Okay, I will. So this one, Fortis, doesn't give me a translation.
It just means fortis.
Okay. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking that up. The last one, Ariane. Ariane. Control C.
It does mean ew!
It's showing spiders there.
Get out of it.
I can't. Oh,
Delete.
There we go. It means spiders of plural.
John, are there 2 spiders on there?
No. No. Here we have a plant, which the sunlight caught the camera while I was taking the photo.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, I like the effect that created. And it is called Parvamundi. Or Parvamundi. Little
Aww.
world. It means little world.
I like that.
It's got a nice yellow wildflower there. The next one is Admiratio.
That's beautiful with that sun going down the middle.
Yeah, it's a little washed out though.
I like it.
It means surprise.
Oh, I like that.
It's
I
a
like
good
it
title.
better when you intentionally titled your faces.
Yeah. This one is a regular title. It's called Walk. I think I took a lot of walks back then, living there on the hill. And it's the sunflowers again. The field at the bottom of the hill.
I like how you see them close up in the front, and then they just go on forever.
Yeah. And I like the sun. The sun is always like, in some of my photos, the sun is just like in the corner, but not like overwhelming.
But you can see the light shining from the sun.
Yeah, you can see the rays of the sun. This one came out quite well. It kind of has a top perspective and the softness of these growing wax flower bushes, and then you can see the other wax flowers down here, and all looking into the valley with the sun setting. It's quite nice. It's called Hills. And then I have Nothing.
The title.
The title is Nothing. Yeah.
Why in the world would you call it Nothing?
Ironic, maybe? Yeah, there you go. So this is quite bright.
I like that middle part.
Yeah.
It bursts into the red.
Yeah. I think I used the Line Nova tool and some fading gradients and kind of mixed it all up together. Not mixed it, I kept the linear nature of the lines.
They're still definitive.
Yeah. And then here's the same Walk 2, but I have the same sunflowers in Little World, the other one.
Those are sunflowers?
No, I said sunflowers, I meant same flowers.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's Walk 2. They're wildflowers. And moving on to... So I was in that photography phase. Now I moved back to digital art.
That's a cool name and a cool picture.
Yeah, Crush Lush. I guess I was feeling different.
Were you having a crush?
No. No, I was just thought it was an appropriate title.
It's really cool. I love that. It's like a impressionistic rose or something, right?
Yeah. Abstract rose. A flower or petals or something like that.
But like it's on fire and getting all charcoaly.
Yeah.
Like charred.
What I did is I did a spiral from the center on top of an existing piece of work. existing is I was already working on it, not that I already have it. And then I swirled the spiral, but the spiral was fading from black to nothingness. So it's transparent, in other words. Kind of just messing with the gradient tool and the spiral tool, and also
this one
patterns.
Is so cool.
And
if you printed that big, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, you know, I'm not as big a fan of it as you are.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not my usual favorite colors, but the technique is like so.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aesthetically, I don't like it. I wouldn't decorate a room with it or anything.
Well, like, if it was a different color other than red, would you?
No. It doesn't matter what color you make it, I wouldn't put it in a room. And, let's see here. Who is it that looks is the name of this one. Who is it that looks like... I would say, I'm the one who looks. And it's, well, who are you? Who am I?
Is that really why you're talking about that?
Yeah, probably.
This one's cool.
Yeah, it's spiral on kind of a bigger scale.
But then it's like all wavy, and it's like a splotch of paint that like a fan was blowing on and like squirting the paint everywhere.
Yeah. I like the center a lot, like this part going into the middle.
And it goes on forever?
Yeah. Because I like the middle because it's defined in one spiral, like one arm of the spiral going into the middle. But then this part, outer part's kind of chaotic, but it kind of organizes into the center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or does it go from organization to chaos?
Either way, you could define it as a spiral going towards the center or going outward. There's no way to tell which way it's going. I'll just leave it at that. Maybe there is a way, but I don't know it. So, palms reflective. This is a photo of a pond.
But you manipulated it, right?
Yeah, I changed the color, but basically that's... And I made the darks a little darker and the lights a little lighter, and I made it yellow and red. But the actual photo was just of a pond reflecting palm trees.
So, wait, why do you say pond? It was a pond?
Yeah, so here, if we zoom in.
Whoa.
See that? See that? How that's a reflection?
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's actually a reflection.
That is so cool.
On water, and it's like perfectly reflected.
Wow.
Which I thought was neat. That's actually the reservoir outside of my house that I was staying in.
That is so cool.
Abyssal Wave. I like this one.
I've always loved this one.
Yeah, Abyssal Wave.
This one is
I went to the beach and I took a photograph of the ocean breaking on the edge of the beach. Like those little kind of ripply, white, frothy waves that come up. And I manipulated the photo and made it more bluish and greenish and stuff.
This one is so pretty. This one would be good to print and hang up.
We'll see how large the image is. It's a good size. 63.67 megabytes. So, again, you can make it the same size with reduced size, like the same physical size, and reduce the amount of megabytes by turning up the contrast, but you lose some of the detail. Which I learned recently, probably in the last year, just by experimenting. This next one, Grand Spark, I do like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, zooming in here.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's got this, like, big bang, like, something emanating from the center.
So many lines.
Yeah, there's a lot of lines involved. And this white light in the center, orangey energy coming out, yellow in some parts, and red and orange. Not very much red, but some. And then, yeah, I like this one. I would like to print that out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Frame it in a nice frame.
Mm-hmm.
It would look pretty good.
That would look beautiful.
The Heart of the Matter. That's this one.
This one's interesting.
Yeah. The Heart of the Matter. It just reminded me of like an abstract heart.
Mm.
It does make me feel a certain way when I look at it.
Like what? Good?
Weird. But good. Weird but good. Not bad weird. I don't know, looking at the bottom here, like the blues and the reds and the orangey orange. Like, and then I see like a figure there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like this.
It's very different.
It's existential.
And the top and the bottom are kind of like the same, like.
Yeah.
Makes me think of like lava or fire.
Yeah, elemental. In
Yeah.
a way. And the title, "The Heart of the Matter," was that thing. Was that Werner Erhardt's speech that I was listening to?
Oh.
Yeah. Then I have Spiral Dreaming. Again, using that same method as I did on the Crush Lush.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is like a rainbow sort of pattern type thing.
It's way different than the Crush Lush.
Yeah, but the technique was the same. All I'd have to do is change the colors and swirl it around, and it might look like the other one.
Mm.
This is one where you can zoom in like a whole bunch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and look at the center there.
Yeah.
But I see how I faded the... Like, this is basically fading dark to nothing. Transparent. And, I like this white circle I added around the center.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kept the outside the same, like the original. But I made it darker to make the center brighter. Yeah, that's good. I like it. No Latin titles. I'm noticing this phase of things. This one, "to listen," like the verb to listen, like listening. Again, trying to use that same spiral method. It might be sort of... This one's underrated, I think. And I overlook it often, but then if you really look at it, it's nice.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. The next one is going back to the energy. Oh, wait, you should skip one. Burst. This one's sort of interesting.
Is that a light bulb?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
It's like
That's cool.
a square around, like, it looks like a figure behind there, like a face. The eyeball, 2 eyes right there, and like
2 eyes. Oh, I do see that.
eye, yeah. And then a square over the top of him, like, and then this thing in the center.
Why'd you put the square?
To cordon off that part.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost hard to say anything about it. I don't know.
It's very unique.
Yeah, like what do you even interpret that as? I don't know. The next one, Wiggle. It's called Wiggle.
That's a funny name for it. I like that though.
A lot of energy, green, yellow, aqua blue.
That's pretty. Ooh.
I think I found...
That's really cool zoomed in.
Yeah, I found a method of like being able to... Not a method, that's wrong. I found a setting in DeviantArt where I could display it as large as it really was. So if you zoom into it on a regular computer, not so much a cell phone, I mean, but on a regular computer you can really see the detail, which I don't think many people do, but you know, they have the opportunity to.
I like the texture.
Yeah, it's got like this fuzzy texture.
Like grainy.
Grainy. That's Photoshop. I know I did that in Photoshop. Because their filters do that sometimes.
Not on purpose?
I don't know if it's on purpose or not. This next one, Everything is Energy. A lot of times I listen to songs while I'm making the art, and Everything is Energy was part of the song by the Apples in Stereo. It's just a band, and so is this lyric. Everything is Energy. They have a song about that.
I see a face in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see like lips and eyes. It looks like a fish, sort of with fins there, and some type of headdress thing. And next one is, I think I went with the fact the last one looked like a fish, and I made a cat slash something else.
Funny.
This is a different piece of art, but you can see the cat there, the whiskers,
really cool.
and the chin, and the ears. But then the ears look like the eyes of a mouse.
What?
Yeah, look, and now this nose is the nose of a rat.
Wow, that is really cool. Did you do it on purpose?
No, that was a coincidence.
I love how swirly it is and how it's like,
Yeah.
it's not like, you know, a drawing of a cat, but it's definitely looks like a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one, but it's hard to get the look and feel that I want when I'm trying to make an object look like something.
But did you like that one when it came out like that?
Yeah, I liked it when I made it, not so much now.
What?
I like the shapes, but I don't like the color, the way I did it. The next one is Clarity. And Clarity is... It reminds me of the James Bond film when they like have that little circle that like follows the character in the beginning and the intro, and then it's the barrel of a gun.
Oh.
And they look through the barrel of the gun, and then the whole screen turns red when he shoots someone or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Not saying that's what it is, but it kind of came out that way. It reminded me of that.
Well, why did you call it Clarity? Because it's a little bit chaotic.
Because the middle is like the darkness and the swirling all leads your eye to the middle, so you can see clearly the middle part.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it's bringing clarity in that the darkness is bringing out the lightness. Or the focus is on a certain thing. Next one, Flares. I don't like this one so much. I think it was a variation on the last one. Yeah, too much going on, like
Looks like a dragon eye.
dragon eye, something.
Like scaly.
Yeah.
From far away, anyway.
I don't know, it just doesn't do much for me.
I think it's cool.
It's interesting. Maybe it reminds me of like a brass trumpet, like sound coming out of a weird abstract trumpet horn. I don't know why that's why it's there, but it does. And then, while we adjust here, this one, I like this one, questions. It's spirals to me like equal questions sometimes. Like,
Because questions spiral,
like if you ask too many questions, you feel bewildered. And if you look at a spiral and it spins around, you feel bewildered. I don't know.
Like when I ask you 5 questions at once?
Yeah. Yeah. And then this one is cool. It has like
That
this,
is cool.
This questions one. The blue kind of notched spiral coming out of the center.
Yeah.
And then it reveals more as it goes. Again, I have that white outline. I do like that. Gives a border, like, containment to it.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because spiral doesn't really have containment, I feel like.
No, it doesn't, but you can always put a border on anything. And you can't have an unlimited canvas, you know?
Right. This one is like a ball of fire.
This one's called Unspoken. It's sort of... And you zoom in, it looks really nice. Soft light. It's all about soft light. If you stare at the center, it kind of reveals something to you about yourself. Maybe.
Yeah?
Maybe. It's suggestive of revealing something.
Why? Because it's the light?
Yeah. At least I feel that way. I don't have a solid explanation as to why. But the title, plus the light, plus the abstractness of it, maybe is pointing at that. This next one I like, synapse. My attempt at abstract brain synapse.
I like that.
So, if you look at a synapse, here is images of a synapse. See that?
Oh,
That's
I
like
see.
the brain nerve cell. Looks like that. It has this like gap in the middle, and it shoots the not shoots, but the transmitters travel across the synapse. So that's what I was going with here.
That's super cool. I love that.
And I can instead of like having invisible messengers, like they're actually little bursts of light, and they're going across the gap there.
And this is what you intended to do when you started it?
Yeah, it was one of the few where I intended to do that. Actually, no, I started making it, and then I saw what it could be, and then I intended to make that the final product. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is really cool.
And then I had a few where I made it more intentional. Catfish, for example.
I like that. It's funny looking.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah. So this one I got like really the fins. I got lucky on the fins. Those.
I think it looks like an alien, kind of.
Yeah, it was really a wide mouth catfish. The eyes and the fin and the fins. Yeah. Without the title, you think you'd be a little lost. It'd just look like an alien.
So how did you make this one, though?
Experimentation, exploration. And then I saw that I could have it be that. And
that doesn't answer the question at all, Manana.
I swirled it around. Basically, I swirled colors around by paint with the move tool, basically.
Okay. So there were no shapes that you just painted from nothing.
I just painted and manipulated the form until it was like this. It'd be like, putting paint on a canvas and moving it around, basically. This next one, owl.
Would you be offended if I thought it was a bear?
Yeah, it does look like a bear. No, I wouldn't find that offensive at all. But there was an owl I was drawing from a photo.
Well, now that if I look for an owl, I can see an owl.
Yeah.
But at first glance, it looks like a bear.
Yeah. It does look like a barrel. A barrel. An owl. I like it to some degree. But I like the next one better, what it was leading up to. The next one is actually the next one was a pattern one called Order. But the one after that is Canine Thinks, which is really a version of this one, but with a dog.
I like the canine. The canine has more of a pattern inside of it.
Yeah. And Canine Thinks, it has a feel to it, too. Like, the dog is really like a representation.
It's got personality.
Yeah. And I drew that with a Sharpie.
He's got a representation of what?
Self, a self, or yourself, or myself, and a look of wonderment, and realizing how futile our attempts are at understanding things. We just can't understand. As much as we try to understand things, we really can't always understand what's happening.
Like how a dog looks at you so seriously, like he's trying to understand, but he can't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like our dog. And you make a noise that sounds like it's going to have a treat, and then it just doesn't understand why it's not getting a treat, because you said something else. No, I don't know. Something like that.
I love this one.
Butterfly, yes.
That is so cool.
I wonder how large... so I drew that with a Sharpie.
Oh, wow.
The butterfly, and then I manipulated it. I scanned it in, probably, and manipulated it. Moved the colors like paint. Did all that stuff.
I love the wings.
There's also a fractal in there.
There is?
Yeah, fractal.
Wow, I see it. That's cool.
Is that my first time using the fractal like that? I don't know. I haven't seen that up to this point where I recognize the fractal in it.
I love that. It's so, beautiful. It's like a...
It has the dark browns plus the blue, which I like, and the yellows. And this one's cool. I like this one. Give Up Control.
Yeah, that is good.
I like the title. I don't want...
Is it because there's not really control in the...
You don't know. People have the illusion of control. And that's what this is about. You think you have control, but you don't. Of yourself, of other things. There's certain aspects of yourself that you do have control over, but there's other aspects that you don't. So the more you realize you're not in control of as much as you thought you were, the more humble you can become. And the more humble you are, the better you function as a human being.
I like that.
This one's called From Here. From where? From there. It looks like a pedestal in a way. Like it has this shadow underneath, like it looks like a seal or a stamp. Like with a pedestal, like with steps from above. Plus the pattern. The pattern is just quite detailed when you look in there. And it goes from the orange and the yellow to the purple to the red purple-ish. I like the use of shading, like, so this is lighter than that, it's just darker than that. It gives it sort of like a little bit of depth. I wonder if I ever get back to the Latin titles. Not that I'm missing them, but I seem to remember using more of them. This one's called meta. What is the definition of meta? Meta what? Let me look that up. This was published in 2015. Must have been a prolific year for me. Meta define. Referring to itself or conventions of its genre. Self-referential. Very abstract.
That's confusing.
Referring to itself. What? I don't even know what to say about that. So that one's this dark center. Meta. I like that this is a variation of the sunset colors without the blue so much. It's just purple, red, yellow, and then black in the center. If you zoom in, you can see it's not totally black in the center.
There are patterns.
There are patterns that remain there. And then we have irrelevancy. I think I remember why I named it that, because I wasn't getting the attention I wanted of my art, so I said, well, my art is irrelevant.
Aww. It's very dramatic.
Yeah, very dramatic of me, yes. Yeah, so swirls, patterns, colors, purple, red. I like the purple-red combo. And the soft shading of darkness around the outside.
Yeah, it's not just black. It's like...
Yeah. The next one's called Indeed. Kind of looks like a lollipop or something. I don't know. A swirl. It's kind of like a jigsaw swirl. Like, it's not a perfect swirl. Which I like that when it's not, like, when you've been trying so hard to find beauty and perfection, and then you're like, give up, and you find beauty in imperfection instead.
Well, that's cool, that.
Yeah. Because beauty is not dependent on perfection.
Right.
This next one, world map. where I just took a world map as a shape.
Oh, I like that.
And made it all into this pattern. This is like something you'd see in a market, like one of those like trendy stores or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has that like aesthetic quality. But yeah, I don't know what I can say about it. It's unifying the world because it's all one.
Oh wow, that's a good idea.
Kind of pattern that goes throughout all the countries in the world.
That's a nice thought.
Yeah. This one's cool, called Connections. It's actually a very long piece. It's 18,000 pixels by 6,000 pixels. 17.73 megabytes. And you can see it looks like spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Spaghettification. It's about connections. Like, how many connections can there be? Well, actually, unlimited amount of connections.
Wow.
And maybe not in this piece of art, but how many connections can you make on a canvas, you know? How many, and what color, and what texture, and what pattern? The next one is called The Flower, which, you know, I was working a lot in the floral industry, so took a lot of photos of flowers. And the sunflower has a burgundy, red, purple, yellow thing going on.
I like the yellow in the middle. It's like, it's not just yellow, it's a splash of yellow.
Yeah, that's the center of the flower. Here's the outside of the flower. And here's the rest
It's
of
like
it.
the pollen though, it's like...
Yeah, it looks polleny, doesn't it? Like it's pollinating, or being... It has the property of being pollinated. So there's the next one, Flower, which I decided to make it a little different with the white in there. So there's three here: sunflower, flower, and the flower. Where I tried to capture sunflower in a different kind of a way. And then ink, which is abstract. Just kind of like ink mixing in water. Like in the deep ocean or something. See all that mixing.
Oh, that's really cool. It's like something dropping in the ocean and then it comes like the...
Like a squid with iridescent ink. Yeah. And then another flower, which I like this one the most. Out of those three flowers plus this one.
It's another Latin name.
Yeah, I went back to the Latin names. Let's see what it means.
Ut animadverto.
Ut animadverto, yes. Let's see. To notice. It means to notice. You know, I don't know if my Latin titles are grammatically correct in Latin.
Oh.
So it could be like the wrong thing, but, you know, 2 years of Latin.
It doesn't have to be grammatically correct. It's just a title.
I'll have to tell my Latin teacher years later that I'm trying to use Latin. Yeah, I don't like this one.
No?
It's okay. I like it. Maybe a little bit more now. I'm tired of the spirals though. Like, I wanted something else. I just want to see something other than spirals. I just keep doing spirals.
Well, it's the phase you're in.
Yeah.
This one's not a spiral.
No. Visu mentis aspimusus. I can't even say that. What does that mean? Let's see. We'll translate. We look at the eyes of the mind. It means we look at the eyes of the mind. I like this one. It jumps out of the screen, like.
Looks a little bit like the world. You've got the blue, the green.
Yeah.
I don't know what the red would be.
I like the color choice. Like, everything's of the same intensity. Kind of a neon type thing. I like that. And then that one that says called Gone.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like how it goes into the black, like.
It's called Gone. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, it's not really black. It's like. I mean, it's black background.
Yeah.
The spiral kind of fades into it.
Yeah.
That one's super cool. It's like a big fireball.
Yeah. It's called Gone. I don't know, Gone where? I like this one because the colors are different. Imperto Tergum. Let's see. It means get back up.
Huh. Well, but it says get back up.
Get back up like you're a policeman.
Yeah.
Get back up. Interesting. Creatrix Entitatum. Another spiral piece. This one's a little different though. They're all a little different, but this one has more like a what would you call that? Which means creative entity. I like the this one has this like pattern in the background.
Oh yeah.
And then this simple black swirl over the top. But it's very elegant. Like.
Yeah.
It's very elegant the way that the black swirl is appearing. Yeah, I like this one. It'd be good printed out really large. It's 5,500 pixels squared, almost 55 megabytes. Magna equivocation.
I like this one. Looks like a stained glass.
Yeah. Yeah, zooming in, this one's pretty nice.
I love that outside, how it's kind of like.
Yeah, I like the colors. Blue, green, aqua.
And they kind of mix together on the outside.
Yeah, and I like this pattern. It's like checkerboard, but not quite. With wavy checkerboard. This one I remember what the title means. Australia Hemispheria means Southern Hemisphere.
Oh.
Because it had this look to it, like it was not from the Northern Hemisphere. So I titled it that. I like all the things you can see in here.
Mm-hmm.
Little figures and faces and
So bright.
all the colors bright. Yeah. Diem Praeclarum. What does that mean?
I like this one.
Yeah.
Is this one something you drew by hand first, or is it?
No. Well, we can zoom in and see, but I don't remember drawing that one. It means what a beautiful day.
Oh. I like this one.
Yeah, so this has got tons of detail.
Mm-hmm.
I like how the flow of the lines, the black lines, and the transition of them from red, orange, yellow, and blue, and green. And kind of like an elephant-looking thing here, with eyes right there, and ears, and trunk almost. Yeah. And then I see like an antelope with like kind eyes.
Mm-hmm.
With the nose here. I like seeing different things in the art. It's always nice. And sometimes you see different things and you come back to it after a while. This one I don't like. I think there's too much going on. Too much. It's called At Bay. Like, what's at bay? I don't know. At bay. Like,
I like it, but I don't love the red-green.
yeah, like I just don't like it. It's in a funny mood, maybe. Out of Bounds. I like the title of this one. Maybe not so much like the actual art, though. Out of bounds. Like, who's to say, right? Like, what's out of bounds? Like, how do you define? Like, it's all about context. Like, how can you make rules without context? This one I like. It's called. What is it called? Let's see. Perplexor. And you can see these
Ooh, wow.
little symbols that go into the center.
It's like formulas.
Yeah, formulas and stuff like that. I don't know what text I used. I think that's dummy text. So I basically found a font that I liked. And,
What did you type? Nonsense?
well, the font is cryptic, so, like, it doesn't, like, change what you're saying, but it puts it in symbols you can't really read.
Right.
And I just repeated the same thing over and over in a circle. And then I put the text into a circle. And then repeated it so that it disappeared towards the center. So it looks like some sort of mysterious sci-fi object.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like. It's kind of different than my other ones.
Yeah.
This one I like. It looks like a dividing cell. Like in biology.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Century. Yeah, and it has a glowing, it's like very glowing. when you use yellow in the center and then you put red and orange and it goes out to blue and purple and stuff like that, and you do it in such a way that it can look like it's glowing, which I like. I like things that glow. I don't know why, but I do. Inexplorata stagni.
Looks like a grumpy person.
Yeah.
I really like this one though.
Yeah, I like the color and like the way. And then so much of my art is from the center outwards, you know. Unexplored lakes, haunted lakes.
Ooh.
Unexplored haunted lakes is what it's called. Wow, that's a weird title. But it looks cool
Yeah.
too. So I like the oh my gosh, you can see this grumpy man.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Interesting. I like it all together. It's like
a frozen lake, maybe, that he's
Yeah.
like peeking through the underneath.
I like the grayishness towards the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gets, and it makes the center look even more prominent.
Yeah.
And then I'm back to the circular patterns called spokes. So it looks like fire or something. Almost reminds me of like African savanna and like antelopes and I don't know. You can see that it's got a lot going on there when you zoom in.
Yeah.
It's not symmetrical, which is cool. I mean, it's kind of symmetrical in a way, but the next one is imprints. Another butterfly piece. I haven't done a butterfly piece in a while. And you can see there's 3 butterflies here. And one is leaving they're all leaving trails behind
It's
them.
like they got squished on a window.
and yeah. Like, I think I was going for like butterfly trails, but they look like snakes.
Oh.
the intended feel and effect did not come across. And then I got some photographs of a rose from the farm. These are nice photographs. This is a camera that we got for the farm. I bought this particular camera, and I was testing it out on these roses that we had shipped in to the farm. I like this one in particular, Rose 2. It's just a nice photo of a rose. Like, it's not really touched up. I didn't do anything to the photo. Just
Capture the detail.
the detail nicely, yeah. Brush is like another circular one with a pattern, and a purpley red one. Protea bunch is a picture of a bouquet. Just sort of use the move tool there. and a certain color scheme that I use, which I like that color scheme. It's that sort of blue, yellow, red, in that way. The next one, roses, which I am more fond of. I like that. Where you have like a pop art feeling to it, and you look at each rose directly from a sky view, looking down at the rose. Mm-hmm. And then you have the same color transition in 3 different forms. And each one is the same, but you can see like gradients expressing the color in each one. And then a similar thing that I tried to do from a side view, but I also altered that one, roses too. And I didn't like that one as much. It didn't come out as nicely as roses.
Looks like shells.
Yeah. This one I like, sunflowers.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that framed in like a bathroom with tile that matched or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kind of colorful aesthetic photo manipulations. Bellflowers is interesting. I like this one. This would be more like my ones I do now.
Yeah, that's...
Where you have this like crazy perspective looking directly up through at the flowers. Like they're facing downwards, you're looking up at them. You have the trees in the background, but they're all kind of like, they look like a swirl of liquid almost.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of muted in the background, and then it brings your attention to these bellflowers.
I love this one.
Yeah. And it's just the way the colors are, the orangey red and the reduced amount of colors that are in there. I like it. What did I name this one? Depth and weight. That has to do with depth and weight. People say you have to say something, it has to be of depth and weight.
What?
It's a phrase I heard in certain circles. Like, if you say something, does it have any depth and weight to it?
Oh.
Yeah. And the next one, addition, is a flower photo manipulation where I just use the move tool and the swirl tool. It's important that I use that so much because I'm getting comfortable with the tools, you know, and knowing what will happen if I use them.
I like this one.
Yeah. I like the color scheme on this next one. There's so much black background, so I like it when I go to a white background.
Mm-hmm.
This one's called Symbol Semantics. I like the title. Yeah, because the black part looks like a symbol. Well, not really. It more looks like a mesh. Like a circular mesh.
I do like that you added that black circle.
Yeah, because the...
Looks like a flower, but like with a really intricate center.
Yeah. It's interesting. Next one, fabric. I got that one. I got lost in. I don't know. It's like the same thing. Untitled photo of bouquet. There, it's just a photo of a bouquet from the farm. Return is colorful. And it's sphere is what we'll stop on today. Sphere.
This one's beautiful.
Yeah, it's one you gotta zoom into. It's where I outlined a sphere and then used a lot of detail. But then the sphere kind of melts into it. And then the background.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you can totally see this 3D sphere in the middle. You know. It's interesting. I like the red, yellow. But the most interesting part to me is the black lines. And how they form this 3D shape, but the like 2D pattern. Yeah. And that'll be it for this time, so please tune in again. Thanks.